Welcome back to the channel, Coin Lovers. Today we're exploring the rare and most valuable commemorative 50-cent coins from Australia. These aren't just pieces of pocket change. They're miniature works of art that celebrate history, culture, and national pride. Some of these coins have now become extremely rare and are selling for big dollar values in today's collector market. Let's get started. First up, the 1998 Australian commemorative 50-cent coin is one of the most fascinating pieces in the modern numismatic story of Australia. Struck to mark the bicentenary of the discovery of Bass Strait, this coin holds immense historical and collectible significance. Even if found today in blackened or circulated condition, it remains a symbolic treasure that speaks of discovery, courage, and heritage. On the obverse, the coin carries the familiar effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This portrait, used between 1985 and 1998, presents the Queen wearing the royal diadem, earrings, and necklace, radiating a dignified and majestic image of the monarch. The inscription, Elizabeth II Australia 1998, circles the portrait, anchoring the coin firmly in its commemorative year. But the true beauty of this coin lies on the reverse, designed by Vladimir Gottwald. It is an intricate and captivating tribute to two iconic explorers, George Bass and Matthew Flinders. Their portraits face outward, flanking a detailed map of southeastern Australia, including all of Tasmania and the narrow channel between it and the mainland, the legendary Bass Strait. The design does not stop there. Running across the map is a depiction of the route taken by Bass and Flinders, a small yet powerful detail that immerses us in their voyage of 1798. The coin also proudly carries the inscriptions: George Bass, Matthew Flinders, Discovery of Bass Strait 1798 to 1998, Sydney, 50. All of this is carefully integrated, balancing portraits, cartography, and lettering in a harmonious layout that makes the coin one of the most striking commemoratives in the 50-cent series. In terms of specifications, the coin maintains the standard 50-cent dimensions introduced in 1969. It is a dodecagonal, 12-sided coin struck in copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper, 25% nickel, weighing 15.55 grams and measuring 31.51 millimeters across. With its distinct size and bold design, the coin is unmistakable in any collection or even in circulation. The year 1998 saw the Royal Australian Mint release this commemorative to honor the 200th anniversary of the Bass Strait's discovery. George Bass, a surgeon and navigator, and Matthew Flinders, a brilliant cartographer and naval officer, undertook a voyage that changed Australian geography forever. Their discovery of the strait separating Tasmania from the mainland proved the island's true form, shaping maps and maritime navigation for centuries. When we look at the historical significance, this coin stands out not only for its artistry, but also for its storytelling. It is not just a 50-cent piece. It is a portable monument to exploration, celebrating courage, determination, and discovery. For Australians, it's a reminder of their maritime history and the figures who expanded the nation's horizons. Now, let's talk about rarity and condition. The 1998 commemorative 50 cent was issued in significant numbers, both for circulation and in collector packs. Millions were minted, which means the coin itself is not considered rare in basic circulated condition. However, as with all commemoratives, condition plays the biggest role in determining value. A black or corroded example may fetch little more than face value, but high-grade uncirculated coins and those kept in mint sets carry considerably more worth. A coin in circulated blackened condition like yours may still interest some collectors, especially those filling historical year sets, but its value will be modest. However, pristine coins in mint state, MS65 and above, can sell anywhere from $10 to $50 Australian dollars, while proof strikes and special issues can reach even higher prices, sometimes exceeding $100 Australian dollars depending on rarity and demand. Another exciting factor is error coins. If you happen to find a 1998 commemorative with striking errors, off-centers, broad strikes, or die cracks, the value can soar dramatically. Collectors adore unique mistakes, and such coins can turn an otherwise common issue into a rarity worth hundreds of dollars. The collector demand for this coin is consistently strong. It remains one of the standout commemoratives of the 1990s, popular both among Australian collectors and international enthusiasts who value its historical and aesthetic appeal. As time goes on, more examples will disappear into private collections, raising long-term demand. When we think of coins that could make you a millionaire, the 1998 commemorative 50-cent coin in blackened circulated condition may not be that magic key by itself. But as part of a wider collection, especially when combined with high-grade examples and error variants, it has the potential to contribute to a portfolio that appreciates greatly over time. Remember, numismatic wealth often comes from building complete, high-quality collections. This coin also serves as a teaching piece. It shows us how coins are not just monetary tools, but history captured in metal. Every time we hold a 1998 base in Flinders 50 cent, we hold the story of two explorers who changed the map of a nation. For collectors, that sense of connection is priceless. Investment-wise, the 1998 commemorative remains a strong mid-tier collectible. It's not ultra-rare, but its historical theme, attractive design, and strong market demand ensure steady growth. Over the next decades, pristine coins will likely increase in value significantly, especially those graded and encapsulated by professional services. The 1998 commemorative 50-cent coin is a shining example of numismatics meeting history. From its bold portraits of base and Flinders to its elegant cartographic design, it remains a treasure of Australian coinage. Even if found today in worn, blackened condition, it holds meaning beyond money. It tells a story of discovery, exploration, and national pride. The next time you come across the 1998 base straight commemorative, don't dismiss it as just spare change. Instead, admire its design, respect its history, and remember that every coin carries with it the power to tell a story, and sometimes to unlock hidden value that grows more significant with every passing year. Next up, the year 2005 marked an important moment in Australian history. It was the 60th anniversary of the end of the Second World War, a conflict that forever shaped the world and left lasting marks on Australia's identity. To honor this milestone, the Royal Australian Mint released a very special commemorative coin, the 2005 50-cent World War II Remembrance Coin. This coin is more than just silver-colored alloy. It is a story pressed into metal, a memorial that lives on in every collection. When you hold this coin in your hand, you are holding a piece of remembrance. The reverse design, crafted by the renowned coin designer Wojciech Pietranic, is breathtaking in its solemnity. It shows soldiers and a priest at a military cemetery scene, an image that instantly evokes deep reflection. Rows of war graves stretch behind them, and the atmosphere of reverence and sacrifice permeates every detail of the artwork. This design was meant not only for collectors, but for all Australians to pause and remember. The lettering on the reverse reads clearly, World War 1939 to 1945 Remembrance, with the denomination proudly marked as 50 cents. The initials WP, for Wojciech Pietranic, can also be seen, a quiet mark of the artist who gave life to this moving tribute. Unlike flashy commemoratives filled with abstract symbolism, this design is raw, human, and grounded. It tells the story of sacrifice through the faces of those who served and mourned. The obverse of the coin features the standard portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Ian Rank Broadley, which was introduced in 1999. This portrait shows a mature and regal queen, facing right, with the inscription Elizabeth II Australia 2005. Having her likeness on the obverse ties this coin into the broader lineage of Australia's decimal currency, but the reverse ensures it stands apart as a commemorative piece of history. From a technical perspective, this coin is a standard 12-sided 50-cent piece, weighing 15.55 grams, with a diameter of 31.65 millimeters, and composed of cupronickel, 75% copper, and 25% nickel. Its edge, like all Australian 50-cent coins since 1969, is smooth. Yet while its specifications may align with the regular circulating 50-cent coin, its meaning and value elevate it far beyond an ordinary piece of change. In terms of mintage, the 2005 World War II Remembrance 50-cent coin was struck in significant numbers for circulation. Millions entered the pockets and purses of everyday Australians. ensuring that remembrance was not restricted to collectors but shared across the entire nation. However, coins preserved in pristine condition, especially in uncirculated or proof sets, have become especially desirable among numismatists. Now let's talk about the symbolism of this coin, because this is where it truly shines. The cemetery scene is not just about death, it is about memory, healing, and the collective resilience of nations. It reminds Australians that freedom came at a price, that countless young lives were cut short, and that peace must never be taken for granted. Each time this coin changes hands, it carries that silent reminder forward. For collectors, this coin is highly significant because it belongs to a select group of Australian war-themed commemoratives, which always attract strong demand. Coins tied to military history have a special emotional weight that resonates deeply with both casual holders and serious numismatists. That is why the 2005 50-cent World War II remembrance coin continues to be a sought-after treasure. In terms of value, circulated examples in very fine condition, like the one we're discussing, usually trade in the range of a few dollars, around $2 to $5 AUD. However, coins in higher grades, especially uncirculated or proof strikes, can fetch much more, often $10 to $20, with pristine collector sets going even higher. Some proof versions, presented in Royal Australian Mint packaging, can reach $30 to $50 Australian dollars depending on demand and condition. It might not sound like a fortune today, but here's where things get interesting. Demand for commemorative military coins has been steadily growing. As years pass, and as memories of World War II move further into history, these coins are becoming more treasured as tangible connections to that era. In the future, this coin could rise significantly in value, making it not just a collector's item, but a small investment. The market demand for this coin has remained solid for nearly 2 decades since its release. Collectors of Australian decimal currency want it, war history enthusiasts want it, and even those outside Australia see its universal message of remembrance. It is a coin that transcends geography. It speaks to anyone who values peace and honors sacrifice. The aesthetic impact of the coin also boosts its appeal. Many commemoratives lean heavily on abstract or symbolic imagery, but Pietranic's design takes a bold step toward realism. You don't just see a picture, you feel the weight of loss, the presence of faith, and the respect paid to those who never came home. This human element is why collectors are emotionally drawn to it. Another factor driving demand is that this coin often shows up in circulated condition with scratches, dull surfaces, and wear. Finding one in very fine condition or better makes it more desirable. A black condition coin or one with unusual toning might even appeal to niche collectors who love coins with unique visual character. If you are a collector, my advice is simple: hold on to this coin. Even in circulated condition, it is part of a story that will never lose importance. In better grades, it has the potential to grow in value and could be part of a future collection worth thousands when paired with other military commemoratives. A full set of Australia's war remembrance coins is already a prize among collectors, and the 2005 issue is a crucial part of that story. The 2005 Australian 50-cent World War II remembrance coin is not just currency, it's a legacy cast in cupronickel. It reminds us of the price of freedom, it connects us to history, and it ensures that the sacrifices of a past generation are never forgotten. For collectors, it represents both emotional weight and growing financial value. For everyday Australians, it is a piece of heritage that slipped into their hands without them realizing its true significance. So if you have this coin, treasure it. Whether you keep it for its current market value, its historical importance, or its potential to be part of a millionaire-worthy collection in the future, this coin stands tall as one of the most meaningful pieces in Australia's decimal currency history. It is a coin with heart, a coin with soul, and above all, a coin with eternal remembrance etched into its design. Next up, the Australian 50-cent coin has long been a favorite among collectors. Its large size, unique dodecagonal shape, and bold commemorative designs make it stand out from almost every other decimal coin in circulation. Among these, the 2004 Australian 50-cent coin is particularly interesting because while it may appear at first glance to be just another circulating coin, it has features that set it apart and a story worth telling. In very good condition, The 2004 50-cent coin reveals both its age and its resilience. Its cupronickel composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel, means that it resists corrosion far better than other metals. But circulation wear often leaves small scratches, marks, and dull surfaces. Yet, for coin collectors, coins in higher grades like very good or extremely fine retain both visual appeal and numismatic value. The reverse design of the 2004 50-cent coin features the Australian coat of arms, an enduring national emblem. At its center is the shield, divided into 6 sections, each representing one of Australia's 6 states. Supporting the shield are the iconic kangaroo and emu, chosen because neither animal can walk backward, symbols of a nation that is always moving forward. Above the shield sits the Commonwealth Star, and below it lies a ribbon inscribed with the word Australia. This design was originally created by Stuart Devlin, the same master craftsman who designed most of Australia's decimal currency in 1966. His artistry has ensured that the 50-cent coin remains instantly recognizable and deeply symbolic. Though minted across decades, every year's version feels slightly different, with subtle changes in strike quality, finish, and detail, depending on minting conditions. The obverse of the coin in 2004 carried the 4th official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This effigy shows the Queen with greater realism than earlier designs, featuring her mature likeness and a royal tiara. Around her portrait runs the inscription, Elizabeth II Australia 2004. This was a standard design for Australian coins of the era, yet when paired with the coat of arms reverse, it makes the 2004 issue distinct and collectible in its own right. When it comes to specifications, the coin is consistent with all post 1969 50-cent pieces, a weight of 15.55 grams, a diameter of 31.65 millimeters, a 12-sided shape, and a smooth edge. These details make the 50-cent coin not only the largest by size in circulation, but also one of the most easily recognizable coins in Australia. Now, let's talk about rarity. The 2004 Australian 50-cent coin had a large mintage, with millions released into circulation. This means it is not rare in the same sense as low mintage coins like the 1985 or 1993 50-cent coins. However, what makes it stand out is the condition factor. Finding examples in pristine, uncirculated condition can be surprisingly difficult, as most of the mintage was heavily circulated. Collectors often underestimate the value of high-grade common date coins, but they become crucial in completing sets. In circulated condition, these coins are often worth only their face value, around 50 cents to $1 Australian dollar, depending on where. But in very good to extremely fine condition, values rise to $2 to $5 AUD. The real excitement, however, lies in uncirculated and proof versions. Specially struck proof sets from the Royal Australian Mint featuring the 2004 50-cent coin can fetch anywhere between $20 and $50 Australian dollars, depending on condition and presentation. What makes this coin even more intriguing is its place in the collector market cycle. Many everyday Australians overlook the 2004 coin, dismissing it as common. But collectors know that as time passes, even high mintage coins become scarcer in top condition. Just like the early 1970s 50-cent coins that once seemed abundant but are now prized in higher grades, the 2004 issue is slowly climbing in demand. The design's symbolism also strengthens its collector appeal. The coat of arms is more than just a national logo. It represents unity, identity, and the forward-looking spirit of Australia. Each time someone studies the intricate details of the kangaroo, emu, and shield, they see more than just an emblem. They see a reflection of a country's pride. For those who dream big in the world of numismatics, the 2004 50-cent coin could play a role in building a collection that might one day be worth thousands, even millions. When combined with key rarities like the 1966 round silver 50 cent or the 2000 Millennium Inkest flag error coin, the 2004 issue contributes to a powerful and complete narrative of Australia's coinage. Collectors who are forward-thinking often set aside bulk lots of high-grade circulated coins from years like 2004, knowing that in a few decades, such coins will be far scarcer and far more valuable. This is how today's overlooked coins become tomorrow's treasures. The current demand for the 2004 50-cent coin remains moderate but steady. Collectors seeking year sets or building date runs need it, and the uncirculated strikes are especially attractive. Market platforms like eBay and Australian coin auctions regularly list them, often with strong bidding activity when condition is high. If you have one of these coins in very good condition, don't ignore it. Keep it safe, because the market for modern circulating commemoratives and standard issues is only growing stronger. As generations pass and these coins are lost, damaged, or discarded, surviving examples in decent condition will become more desirable. The 2004 Australian 50-cent coin might not yet command the sky-high prices of rare mint errors or low mintage issues, but it holds a quiet power. With its enduring coat of arms design, solid demand among collectors, and growing recognition as part of Australia's decimal history, it deserves a place of respect in any collection. Today, it may be worth just a few dollars in the right condition, but tomorrow, it could very well be one of those overlooked pieces that help build a millionaire-worthy collection. Next up, the Australian 50-cent coin has long been an icon of decimal coinage, admired for its size, shape, and striking national symbolism. Among the many years of issue, the 1997 50-cent coin stands out, not because of any flashy commemorative design, but because of its enduring representation of the nation through its coat of arms and its place in a decade where collectors began to pay closer attention to condition and rarity. Issued during a time when Australia's coinage was transitioning from the older effigy of Queen Elizabeth II to the more modern rank broadly portrait, the 1997 issue offers a snapshot of consistency in design, yet uniqueness in the way each coin has survived. In excellent condition, a 1997 50-cent coin retains all of its crisp details, making it a strong candidate for collectors who seek clean, sharp examples for their sets. The reverse design of this coin features the Australian coat of arms, which has been used on 50-cent coins since 1969. At its center sits the shield divided into 6 sections, each one representing a state of the Commonwealth. The kangaroo and emu stand tall as supporters, both chosen because of their inability to move backward, symbolizing a nation always pushing forward. The Commonwealth star crowns the shield, with a ribbon below inscribed with Australia. This design was created by Stuart Devlin, one of the most celebrated coin designers of the 20th century. His work on Australia's decimal series brought a distinct artistic flair, blending tradition with national identity. Even decades later, the design remains deeply admired and continues to capture the essence of Australia's values. The obverse of the coin carries the third official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This effigy, used from 1985 to 1998, shows the Queen wearing the royal diadem, facing right, with an elegant, regal appearance. Around the portrait runs the inscription Elizabeth II, Australia, 1997. This portrait links the coin to a very specific era in Australian coinage history, bridging the gap between the earlier Arnold Machin portrait and the later Ian Rank Broadley design. In terms of specifications, the coin aligns with standard post 1969 Australian 50-cent coins. It is struck in cupronickel, 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a weight of 15.55 grams, a diameter of 31.65 millimeters, a unique 12-sided dodecagonal shape, and a smooth edge. Its size makes it the largest coin in Australian circulation and a favorite for both casual collectors and serious numismatists. The mintage figures for the 1997 50-cent coin were relatively high, with over 49 million coins produced for circulation. This means that the coin is not rare in terms of sheer numbers, but as collectors know, rarity is only part of the equation. What truly matters is the condition of surviving coins and the demand within the collector market. In circulated condition, most 1997 coins trade only at face value, 50 cents, or slightly higher, perhaps around $1 AUD. However, in excellent to uncirculated condition, values climb noticeably. Coins that are crisp, with sharp design features and minimal wear, can fetch between $3 and $10 Australian dollars. And in pristine mint state condition, values may stretch beyond that, particularly when slabbed and graded by professional services. Adding to its appeal are the proof strikes issued by the Royal Australian Mint. These coins, struck with polished dies and presented in special collector sets, are far scarcer than their circulating counterparts. A 1997 proof 50-cent coin can sell for $20 to $40 Australian dollars, depending on demand and the condition of the set. What makes this coin fascinating is its investment potential. Coins like the 1997 50 cent may seem common today, but history has shown that even high-mintage coins become desirable as time passes. Consider the 1966 round 50-cent coin. Once seen as just another circulating issue, it is now worth many times its face value due to its silver content and collector interest. While the 1997 issue does not contain silver, its rarity in high grades may follow a similar trajectory over the next few decades. Collectors also love the 1997 50-cent coin because it represents a bridge year in Australian coinage. It sits just 1 year before the end of the Maklauf portrait series, giving it historical significance. Those building complete year sets of Australian decimal coins will always need this coin, ensuring ongoing demand in the marketplace. The current collector demand for the 1997 50-cent coin remains steady. On online platforms such as eBay, they are regularly listed, often selling for several dollars when in uncirculated condition. Auction houses and numismatic fairs also see interest in bulk lots of these coins, particularly when dealers can offer them in higher grades. For those who hold one in excellent condition, this is a coin worth setting aside. While it might not make you a millionaire on its own, combined with other high-grade coins, key rarities, and special proofs, it can form part of a collection that significantly appreciates in value over time. Coins like this are the stepping stones that every great numismatic collection is built upon. As collectors always say, the real value of a coin is not only in its dollar figure, but in the story it tells. The 1997 Australian 50-cent coin tells a story of national pride, artistic mastery, and an era of coinage that bridged tradition and modernity. Holding one is like holding a piece of Australian history that continues to live in the hands of collectors. In conclusion, the 1997 Australian 50-cent coin may appear to be a common piece of circulating currency, but in reality, it has much more to offer. Its bold design, excellent condition potential, proof variance, and its role in the broader narrative of Australian coinage all contribute to its significance. Today, it may be worth just a few dollars in the collector's market, but tomorrow, as supplies dwindle and demand grows, it could very well be one of those overlooked coins that helps turn a humble collection into a millionaire's treasure trove.